Okay, this is Urban Shadows, London Session 4. So, Tilda, we're going to start with you. A middle aged woman in a black trench coat walks into the yarn shop. Tilda, you think you've seen her before. You can try and put a face to a name if you like.
I would. Um,
So, that is
oh,
a circle
circle.
move.
Right. So what's their circle?
Their circle is Mortalis.
That's good. I need to check Mortalis. It is a flat roll though, so I check it no matter how the roll goes, right?
Correct.
Oh, well, the roll went well. That was an 11.
Okay. On a hit, you know the reputation. The MC will tell you what most people know about them. On a 10 plus, you've dealt with them before, learned something interesting and useful about them, or they owe you a debt. Your choice. So this is Ruby Kane. She is the
Mm.
senior operator for the Raven Society, which is a human secret society that has been operating in London for a number of years. She has a reputation for being very competent and very discreet.
Right. Um, and I, if I'm remembering correctly, Liam and I knew that Gideon agreed to the deal with her where like okay. So I don't think it makes sense for her to owe me, but I do want to learn something interesting.
Okay. Um, I'm going to interpret that interesting in the sense that I think she comes in. I think you both know each other and like know, or maybe maybe you haven't been formally introduced, but I think she knows who you are. You know who she is. I think that's kind of understood between the two of you. But instead of getting to business, she actually asks several relevant questions about some yarn and actually purchases something that shows that she is like knowledgeable about yarn. And you actually see as she is like getting her purchase, her coat opens up a little bit, and you see that she has like a scarf that she has knitted that is like very well done.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting.
And she says, Tilda, I did come here for besides the R, which is excellent. I did have another reason for coming.
I figured our paths have crossed too many times for this to be coincidence.
Indeed. So I know that you are going to the Wizard Gala tonight, and I have a request.
Unfortunately.
Yes, it's an unusual request. I will definitely owe you a favor if you agree to do this, but I understand that you were involved recently with the case of Rupa.
Uh the case, she's another small business owner in the neighborhood.
Who was nearly turned into a ghost last night.
Okay, yes, that too.
Isaac
Yes.
Morlock, who OOC is hosting the Wizard Gala tonight.
Mhm.
He says he has been linked to the death of several other mortals, and the Raven Society would like to figure out some defenses against his magic.
He's not on the NPC list. What house is he?
Unicorn.
Okay.
He has some unusual spells that we haven't encountered before. We have people inside his house, and they've discovered where he keeps his tomes, but they are warded. So we require a wizard to help us procure the tomes.
Um that's it. just some book stealing. It goes no further than that.
No further than that. That is all the Raven Society will wish to do.
I mean, I have a reputation both for being nosy and improprietous and for not liking to socialize at these. So I think I can definitely do that. I require agreement of the favor regardless of whether you get the information you want or not out of it.
Let's quibble on that a little bit. Let's say that as long as you attempt to lower the wards, no matter the outcome after that. Does that sound fair?
Agreed.
Very
Yes.
well. Well, I hope this can be the start of a good relationship between yourself and the Raven Society.
You do. I hope it's not the start of a bad relationship, but I am not involved in wizarding politics.
Neither are we. We're not in those circles.
I am not involved in any politics.
If you wish to stay out of wizard politics, you will need some help. And we could be allies in that.
Well, that still sounds rather political. Let's see how this goes.
Very well. I thank you very much. Our agent will contact you once you're inside.
How will I recognize the agent?
They will be wearing a small Raven lapel pin.
I look forward to meeting them.
Very well. Okay, Gideon. You, Alabaster, Daisy, and the two trolls are standing before an alpha development construction site in your territory. It is night. There is a chain link fence surrounding the site, and two security guards stand in front of a gate into the site. The frame of the building towers over you. There hasn't been much progress. So it's basically just kind of the the steel girders and stuff like that. Alabaster looks to you to take the lead on this, since you called them in for this. You have a job you want them to help you with. How does Gideon approach this problem?
I think Gideon plans to be the distraction for the security guards.
Okay.
While the others go in and do things.
Okay.
So what is he gonna do? He is going to do something silly.
There is a mislead distractor trick move.
Yeah. And that's with mind, which Gideon is no good at. But I think that's what he's gonna have to do. Yeah, sorry, I'm reviewing my core features. I am widely accepted as this place's protector, so the security guards are probably familiar with me.
Yes, this is also a clan site, so
yeah,
they are probably familiar with you, and you could pull some rank. So
yeah. So I'm just going to go and talk with them about their evening, do some small chat, see if anything has been up, anything suspicious, just taking their attention.
okay.
So distracting.
Okay.
with mind.
It was a great acting challenge.
No one's on the ground. Okay, so everything's good. Okay, that is a 10 plus 0, right?
Yep.
Yep, so that is a 10.
Nice.
Better than I thought it would be. Okay, so I want to create an opportunity. I want to,
Confuse them for some time
yeah,
and avoid further entanglement.
yeah, I think those are the
I
three.
love that. Have you ever seen there's a show Leverage? Have you ever seen this?
Mm-hmm, yes.
Do you remember Sophie's whole thing where she can't act unless she's on a job?
Yeah. Jennifer, Gideon doesn't see this so much as acting as it is he's just being friendly. He's just checking up on his people.
Yeah. So yeah, I think like they they I think they were kind of maybe chatting or lounging around a little bit. So they they kind of straighten up when they see you, and they're like, "Oh, hey, boss, what you doing here?"
Just doing my usual patrolling. How are things going over here?
Everything's secure. These condos are going to go up fast.
Yeah. Do they have occupants yet? New people in the neighborhood that I should do the whole welcoming committee thing for? Bring best.
Oh, boss, you know how it is with these condos. It's mostly like Russian oligarchs or Saudi princes buying them up.
But once they're on my territory, I welcome them.
Well,
only polite.
And you hear this like smash as you hear like a giant girder like hit the ground somewhere, and they both like start to turn around to look.
I didn't see you at my performance the other night.
And they're like, "Oh, yeah, boss. We're sorry. We heard it was we heard." And one of them says, "Yeah, we heard you brought the house down."
Yep, I sure did. It was certainly something. You guys should have been there.
It was something.
There's like a small explosion from the direction of the things, and they both like start to look at each other and like are like, "Boss, are you hearing this?"
Yes, I'll go check it out.
Okay, and so as you go over, you head inside and you see Alabaster and Daisy are at one end, and they're like casting some kind of like spell together, and you see like these large, and you see the ground like turning into like almost like quicksand, and like the part of the building is like sinking down. On the other side, you see the trolls who have like thrown off their human disguises and are just like tearing down like giant girders and like twisting them up into pretzel shapes.
Did the security guards come with me, or did they stay out? Because I
they
have this.
They stay with you because
Yeah.
and so they're doing. And Daisy looks over and she says, "We're almost done here."
Can you do it a little bit quieter?
We're tearing down a building, so not really.
Okay, can I pretend to throw one of the trolls?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I was asking like them like would they
cooperate for Alabaster's like Alabaster like says like looks at them and like gives them a nod, and like one of them kind of like walks up to you.
Okay. I let it out, I suppose, so I can be strong and do it.
Okay.
So I'm rolling with spirit is how that works. Okay, that is a 7. So
okay.
Mark corruption.
Yeah, mark corruption.
Okay, that's a full line of corruption.
Oh, so you're gonna get your first corruption. So when the scenes end, you can take a look at it when I go to Liam. So yeah, I think you like toss it. Are you tossing him like towards the guards, like?
No, I'm tossing him in a way that would be helpful for bringing things down, but like that would be caught on a security camera if there are any. That
Mm-hmm.
I'm being helpful.
Okay. I think as you do that, given your 7, I think the complication will come up is I think it hits it. I think it's bringing it down faster. But then I think you notice Alabaster um, is like moving the quicksand over a little bit, and you see that if he moves it much further, there's like regular apartment building right next
Mm-hmm.
to it, and it might like damage that as well.
Okay. Can I bark out that information to him? Like, no further or else.
Yeah, why don't you persuade an NPC?
Okay. And that's with heart, which is also just a straight roll, unless, yeah, nope. Oh! That's another 10! That's doable.
Whoa!
10 works, right?
Gideon
Let's
is
see.
doing so good tonight.
Yeah,
Okay, on a hit, they see your point and do as you ask.
nice.
Okay, nice. So he acts a little like shamefaced, like, oh, you caught me kind of thing, and like brings it back in.
Yeah. Great.
But yeah, and as that happens, as the building just like finally like just collapses into like a pile of girders.
Okay, as it starts coming down, I want to run out to the security guards because I think that's probably not safe for them. To let them know we should get out. There was trouble.
Okay. Why don't you roll escape a situation?
Okay. Where is that one? Ah, right
Yes.
there. Blood. Okay. 7, 8.
Okay. On a hit, you get away and choose 1. On a 7 to 9, the GM chooses 1 as well.
Suffer harm during your escape.
Okay. So maybe like several girders or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
while trying to push them away, I get some sparks.
Okay. Okay. I think that's fine, and I think as you are doing that, I think Daisy also helps. You see that not anybody's fault, so you don't blame Alabaster or anybody else, but like some of the things were like going to land on like a nearby building, and I think Daisy does some like earth sculpting and like puts it up and keeps it from being damaged.
Okay.
And so I think you owe her a debt for like helping protect your territory.
Okay.
Does that seem fair?
Yeah.
Okay. But the security guards are like, "Oh man, thanks, boss. What happened?"
I think it wasn't well built.
Oh man, Ingrid's gonna be upset.
Ingrid's gonna be upset anyways. She's such a bitch.
And they both laugh and kind of nod. Okay, and as everyone kind of runs off, we will come back to you in a little bit.
Okay.
So look into those corruptions.
Right.
Yes.
Before we move on, I had a question that I meant to ask at the beginning.
Yes.
We healed between sessions, right?
No, because we haven't done a long. You can heal a faint wound, but you can't heal anything about that. Okay. Liam, you stayed over with Rupa last night after you rescued her. You wake up to feel some of your wounds don't hurt as much, so you can clear 1 serious harm.
Okay.
So Rupa, so you put Rupa into the bed. Had you slept on the couch? Had you slept with her? Where were you last night?
Oh, I was on the couch.
Okay. So I think you wake up, and I think Rupa is there, and I think she has like she's making some tea, and I think you realize she had done some like healing before you woke up.
All right.
So go ahead.
So I'll, pop up over the edge of the couch, go like, no. A little while ago you asked me if you're a good healer. You're not. You're brilliant.
She kind of laughs and says, "Well, with you, I get plenty of practice."
I say, but you gotta apply that to yourself. So if you need time off, some space, you just let me know.
No, I don't. You
When you
rescue.
start to sound like me, that's when I start to get concerned, Rupa.
No, I was just gonna say you rescued me. You took a big risk, and friends, even friends with benefits, don't take risks like that.
Yeah, I would say it was a moderate risk. Let's be honest. Let's use a more accurate scale to what we usually get up to.
What do we usually get up to?
Kidnapping, averted human sacrifice, the occasional death battle in the middle of London, bad Chinese food. I mean, I tell you not to get the Szechuan. You know that messes me up. Rupa, I'm Irish. I can't handle that.
Well, if you want to hang around me more, you'll have to get used to some spice.
Arches a very high eyebrow. Goes, I'm pretty sure if I didn't just heal from some internal bleeding, I'd take you up on that.
And she kind of lets like that linger a little bit, and she kind of looks at you like she's waiting for you to say something.
So Liam's gonna cough and be like, so how's your family?
She kind of sighs and turns back to her tea, and as she starts doing that, she tells you some updates from the family.
All right. Completely diverts it with small talk because now is not the time to have a serious conversation about anything other than the fact, are you okay after you just got kidnapped and almost sacrificed? And clearly she is not ready to have that conversation yet.
Or she wants you to initiate it.
Oh, golly, this is getting complicated.
As you finish the tea, your phone rings.
Okay. Who is it? I recognize the number.
It is your mother.
And I say, oh, bleep. And then I say, oh, sorry to Rupa, because I respect her as a woman. And I go, and so I go upstairs to take this.
Okay. She says, Liam.
You say, hey, Mom.
Listen, Isaac Morlock is hosting a Wizard Gala tonight.
And I'm just like, yeah, I know.
Well, I've gotten you and a guest entry into the gala. I can even get your weapons into the event.
Is that my guest, or do I get to take somebody else too?
You get to take somebody else. I would suggest some backup.
Oh, great. Well, I really appreciate you asking me before you got the tickets. That was really considerate.
I knew you'd want this.
And then Liam does his 10-second countdown technique that his therapist taught him. It goes like, it was very thoughtful. Yes, thank you, Mother.
Dolores, who's your cousin, will be over later today to handle the transportation of the weapons.
The transportation.
When I say get them in, you will not be able to get them through the front door. I will sneak them in and there will be an agent in there to meet you.
Okay, all right. Is there a reason that I'm going instead of one of my 57 other cousins or what? I mean, I've been a little busy lately. In fact, I think I just got over some internal bleeding last night. I really would have appreciated a call at least 48 hours ahead of time. Also, my tux got eaten by a werewolf 3 months ago.
Are you saying you don't have anything to wear for the gala tonight?
Honestly, with the people I hang out with, usually I don't have to worry about what I'm wearing.
Well, you'll have to worry about what you're wearing tonight.
I
Can you
also
be,
sent a little text to Rupo said, I hope you hear me just said that wink.
he says, I could get one of your other cousins to do this, but I thought you'd be interested in taking out this wizard specifically.
Does my mom know that I owe him a debt?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Go, well, you know what? You're right. Thanks. Great. Send Dolores over. Send the tickets over. I'm going to have a great time. Is there anything else I should know?
Yes, there will be a code phrase you'll need for the point of contact. The person will come up to you and say, Liam, I haven't seen you since that business in Everdeen. To which you will need to reply, I think it was actually Aberdeen.
I think it was actually Aberdeen. Okay, this point of contact. I assume that's not Dolores.
No, it's someone on the inside.
Okay. Well, what do they look like?
I'm not going to tell you. That's the whole point of the code phrase.
Okay. So if somebody else extracts that code phrase from that person via magic, seeing as how this is a dark wizard ball, and comes up to me and say that, I'm just gonna trust them. That's a great idea, Mom, because this hasn't happened before.
Liam, I have other children I could send on this. Can you handle this?
Sure, that's great. You know what? And tell the rest of the family I say hi.
You can tell them yourself. Oh,
No,
oh wow. Rupa is waiting downstairs, and she says, "How is your mother doing?"
Like, she's great. She's excellent. I can't wait to introduce you to her.
It didn't sound like a great conversation.
That's why we're never introducing you to her. Right. So I have this thing I have to go to tonight, some dark wizard gala. You know, the guy who kidnapped you and abducted you is going to sacrifice you. Apparently he's throwing a party, and I wasn't invited, but I'm getting tickets. I was going to take you on a date tonight, but I don't think this is the opportune time. In fact, I think you're going to stay home because I'm probably going to be showing up on your doorstep at 3 a.m, maybe missing a leg. And, you know, if you'll be here, that would be great.
She says, "It's a date."
Perfect. All right. And then whenever I wake up next morning, that is assuming that I do, I'll take you down to that brunch place we were looking for. And we can talk about your trauma afterward.
Okay, she nods.
Great.
Gideon. As you leave the construction site, you and Alabaster Daisy and the trolls gather up, and Alabaster and the trolls say they have to head out, but he says that he will contact you about the Fey Theater at some point.
Sounds great. I'm looking forward to it. And if you have any reading materials so I can get more familiar with your practices, I can read. I could read that and get even better.
He says, "Oh, the Fey don't like writing things down. It's more about the experience."
Okay. If you have any oral storytellers, I'm happy to observe, see what I'm working towards.
I will let you know.
Excellent.
Okay. As you do that, Daisy is there with you. She doesn't go with them. But she looks at you and she says, Gideon, can I ask you a question?
Yeah. What's up?
What do you think of Alabaster?
The Fae are weird.
I mean, I kind of like weird.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, Tilda doesn't like him. But you're working with him, so he must be okay, right?
Well, the thing is, he's a bit of an eco-terrorist, as I think you know. And that's what Tilda really doesn't like, is when he puts people in danger. But like last night, or just now, no one was put in danger.
Exactly. Like, I mean, I don't know. I think like I could get him to not hurt people as much or at all.
Yeah, I don't think that's a responsibility. I think that is a matter for um, people who are bigger and slash or older than him. Don't go making people your responsibility. People can be my responsibility because I'm a werewolf and this is my territory, so I'm responsible for a lot. You're not quite there yet. I
But
think, is there
uh,
schooling that you need to do, or something before you like get to that point of responsibility? I don't know how wizards, witches,
well,
magical people work.
it's complicated. I'm sure Tilda's told you my parents are gone, and I was supposed to get an apprenticeship by now, but instead I've been moved around to a bunch of different wards,
Hmm.
or a bunch of different guardians, and Tilda's just the latest one.
Well, I think Tilda wants to keep you for a bit. She seems to care for you and wants to make sure that you're safe and all that. So
I mean,
really, she sees you as her responsibility. So if you see Alabaster as your responsibility, then really Alabaster is her responsibility, and I don't think she wants that.
okay, well, I don't need it. But do you think I should stop hanging out with Alabaster?
I'd say maybe not stop completely, but pull back some. Like, I don't think you should be going with him on all these things. Like, really, I was surprised to see you tonight. It's always lovely to see you, but maybe you shouldn't do some of this eco terrorism stuff.
Well, okay. Maybe I won't do that as much.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Not until you get some really cool, powerful spells and then show them off to me first. Let me approve it.
okay, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Gideon.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you good? Coffee? Do you need a
No, I have
water?
to go. I'm going to a gala tonight, so I have to go get ready for that.
No, sounds fun. Get all prettied up. What sort of outfit are you wearing?
I have to wear this ridiculous robes, they're wizard robes, and it's tradition, but I don't know. I don't. I think I look stupid in them.
Well, I'm sure you can personalize them. Tilda has lots of yarn for that.
No, we're not allowed to personalize them because they have to be exactly the right kind, and
No. Well, what about your makeup? Can you personalize that?
I can
That could be fun.
maybe.
You know, in theater, we do lots with makeup. You can make someone look older or younger or fatter or skinnier, or like you can do all sorts of colors and things.
Are you good with the makeup?
I can do some.
Okay. Do you want to come over and help me do the makeup?
Yeah, I can do that. I don't have anywhere to be for a couple hours.
Okay. Give me a couple minutes. I'll let Tilda know you're coming over, and I'll get the ropes on, and then we can do the makeup.
Okay, sounds fun.
Okay. Liam. Dolores picks up your weapons at your house. And gives you the tickets. And do you want to call Gideon for backup? We had discussed that.
Yeah, let's give him a ring.
Okay. So so Gideon, as soon as Daisy leaves, your phone rings and it's Liam.
Hello.
Hello, you busy tonight?
Well, I have something I'm doing in the next little while, but after that, I think I'm free for a bit.
What's your opinion on Dark Wizard galas? Go or no?
Generally, I would say no.
Well, if you want, I have a spare ticket, and here's the rub: is that the guy who's starring it, Isaac Morlock, kind of kidnapped somebody I care about that abducted her, and I'd really like to punch him in the face. However, here's the ticket. A month ago, well, let's just say I owe him a favor because he gave me the down low on where this other Dark Wizard was hiding, and so I don't kind of want to show up to his place and owe him a debt without somebody else who might be able to punch him really hard on the face. Up to you.
So is this like a job you want me to do?
Well, I could owe you a favor if you want.
Okay.
It's only if you're in the mood for some face punching and probably spiked punch. I've never been to a wizard gala where somebody doesn't put some alchemy or whatnot in the punch.
I do love punching people in the face. Yeah, okay. Give me the details. And,
all right.
What do I need to wear? I don't have much.
You know, that's a great question. I'm not sure of the dress code. The tickets just say wear your best, and that's really inconclusive.
Gideon, you realize that no one is guarding the wardrobe department at the theater right now.
Great. I think I can get something on the way.
All right, perfect. You want your ticket in advance? We don't have to show up together. In fact, it's probably better if we don't.
Okay. Coming as your date, but not as your date together. I'll meet you there. Okay, but we have to meet so you can give me the ticket. And then we split up, and then we go in, and then we meet again on the other side. And the punch bowl, where should I find you?
Oh, I'll bring it to you. I mean, don't go out of your way anymore. Where are you at? What works for you?
I'm on the way to Tilda's. Are you anywhere near there?
Yeah, I can be there in 30.
Cool. See you there.
Okay.
Right. Thanks, Gideon.
Tilda. Yeah, you are getting ready. What does Tilda do with her formal wizard robes?
She 100% knows the spells to like iron robes and like shine shoes and intentionally does not do that and adds like, again, like Daisy was right in that like you can't wear something completely off like kilter, but Tilda's been stretching like the bounds of this for a while. So she has like a like handmade brooch she knit and like the ribbon in her hair, like a whole bunch of like things that honestly they're really well done. So most people won't give it a second look, but it is designed to drive her mother mad.
Okay. Daisy has her like your mother sent over like the like pristine like robes for Daisy. And so she gets back from the job with Gideon and comes in and says, Tilda, Gideon's going to come over and help me with my makeup in a little bit.
Brilliant. I have seen Gideon like backstage after shows lots of times, and like I know that what he does is that like exaggerated for stage makeup. Nothing about Gideon suggests that he can do like toned down nice makeup, and so in my head this is just like 10 out of 10 go to annoy everyone.
Okay. And she says, is that what you're wearing? It doesn't look very nice.
Yep, it sat in a heap in my closet since the last time I was forced to do this.
But your mom said it was supposed to look really nice and that everyone will be looking and judging me and
Yes, but this is how I want them to judge me. Like, you can look really nice. You don't have to get the disapproving stares. Honestly, this is the one small enjoyment I get out of these nights.
She looks horrified though, and she says, but you're my guardian, won't everyone judge me based on what you look like?
No. In fact, outshining me will look really well for you, go really well for you. But if you want, I can get rid of most of the wrinkles.
I mean, maybe that would be nice. I mean, I really like the brooch,
Thank you.
but
Um,
could you, yeah, maybe get rid of the wrinkles?
I kind of give a long suffering sigh, and I do. They're now wrinkle free, but definitely not the like starched military precision that I know that a lot of people there will be going for.
Okay. As after you guys kind of finish getting all that ready, Gideon shows up.
Okay, and on the way, Gideon stopped by the theater to get his fancy outfit, and then also grab some additional makeup stuff.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah, because you don't know what Daisy has on hand. It's like, hello, I'm here. Hi, Tilda.
Gideon, so nice of you to offer to help Daisy.
She wanted some personalization, and we decided that makeup was a way she could show her own self.
That is, yes, a thing that happens.
Oh, I see. You have like a brooch. That's nice.
Thank you. I made it myself.
How much? So tell me, how much personalization can we go for this? So not much on the robes. I see. Although you have the lovely brooch, so that's something.
Honestly,
do you guys have pointy hats?
we do not have pointy hats, sadly.
Because it could be fun to put like a puffball on top. But if you don't have one,
I like where you're going. Could put one on a headband, glue some to some shoes.
So you could do headbands.
Daisy
hairstyles. We can do hairstyles.
Daisy looks horrified as you're seeing all this, and she says, "No, I want nice makeup. I don't want to stand out."
Okay. So tell me colors stuff. Where should we get set up? I brought supplies. I'm sure you have some.
Yeah, she takes you over to the kitchen and starts setting up. As that happens, there's a knock at the door.
Oh, I didn't know that we were throwing a pregame here. Go to answer.
Leo is there.
Hello. Nice seeing you again.
Oh, yes, it's thrilling as per usual. Oh, is Gideon here?
He is. He's with Daisy in the kitchen.
Oh, great. Well, I have a ticket for him to go to tonight's gala. Mind,
he'll be there as well.
Oh, is that what you're wearing?
Yes.
Great. I don't feel so bad about my choice.
I didn't know you were that up on wizard fashions. They're only like 5 years out of date.
I assumed it was kind of like that American Met Gala they have going on, that everybody wears the craziest outfit to kind of outdo one another, and whoever shows up looking normal is overlooked.
More like a royal wedding where like there's a very narrow alley in which you can do that.
So wizard galas are renowned throughout the city as the place where the real business of the city gets done. While the wizards are the host, and they indeed do have a very narrow fashion options and make up most of the guests, individuals from all the different factions have been invited. Liam or Gideon, have you guys ever been to a wizard gala before?
I would assume yes.
So.
You think yes, Liam? You might have been to one? Okay.
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about your experience with these galas growing up.
They are something that like the youth in the like 4 wizarding houses are brought to like from a very, very young age. Probably starting around like 7 or 8. The idea of like you're supposed to go and be seen and see others and like meet your peers in different wizarding houses. And like for children, they're kind of generally acknowledged not like to be fun. It's a lot of like standing around in clothes.
Mhm.
And then as you get older, some young wizards start playing the game more and more. And as that happened, it just started to annoy Tilda more and more. And they're definitely her least favorite like before she cut ties, they were definitely her like least favorite regular obligation,
Okay.
and she's very upset that she got pulled back into this.
Yes, this is the first one you've been to in quite a long time, and no, not everyone is expected to wear the robes. In fact, it's just the wizard folks, and they're the only ones allowed to wear robes. It would be seen as kind of a faux pas um, to wear the robes. So, does anybody else have anything they want to talk about in Tilda's apartment, or do you guys want to head out to the party?
Well, I still need to find one of my 57 cousins and take one of their tuxes, so I gotta bounce.
Okay, so you bounce. Gideon has a thing. Yeah, Gideon, tell us a little bit about the makeup that you do with Daisy.
Okay, so I talked with Daisy about like what features she wants to accentuate. So he does the makeup to try and make her eyes look bigger and her
Mhm.
nose look slimmer, and her face longer, a little more
Okay.
mature, but not too old. And some of it looks good overall. Definitely better from like 10 feet away.
Okay,
Yes.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Tilda, anything else? Anything you're preparing, or you guys are headed over?
I think while like after Liam leaves and while the makeup is going on, because there seems to be a lot of back and forth, and this I can tell is going to be an involved process. Can I slip into my sanctum and just review wards?
Yes, you may.
So I'm going to do that, and then I'm good.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll that, or?
Yeah, we already rolled it. Remember?
Well, that was for I guess.
Oh yeah, no, I don't want you to roll
tonight.
that.
Okay.
Or yeah, actually, if you want to roll and see if you have like something that would be useful, you can roll that.
You never know what the previous owners left down there.
That's true.
Oh, that was an 11.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think you actually find like a magical artifact that will help you with this. So I will give you advantage on a roll that deals with taking down the wards.
Amazing. So I have a nice clutch that is much bigger on the inside. Slip my artifact in there, and I am ready to go.
Okay. So Morlock House is an ancient mansion in the neighborhood of Belgravia. The house towers over the others in the neighborhoods. This tall stone facade gives off sinister vibes, and the shadows around the house seem slightly longer than they should be. Tilda and Liam, you can sense powerful and ancient wards as you step across the threshold. A grand staircase sweeps up towards a landing where Isaac Morlock is greeting visitors. A massive crystal chandelier hangs over the landing, and small rainbows play off the walls and guests. You hear the distant sound of a small orchestra and many individuals talking. Matilda, you and Daisy arrive first. Do you go to greet Isaac Morlock, or you just head straight into the event?
We go and greet Isaac Morlock because I don't really have an interest in like pissing off the ascendancy more broadly. And Daisy seems very worried about the propriety. But we notably, like, the correct thing to do would be to greet the host, then go greet like your parent and like the highest head of like your house there. And I
Yeah.
definitely don't go find my mother.
You don't find your mother? Okay.
No.
Excellent. Okay, so as you he just does the greetings, nothing special. Gideon, do you wait for Liam to arrive, or you guys agreed you were going to head in separately, right?
Yeah, Liam wanted to head in separately, so I just go ahead and check out who's there and the food. Woo! Love food, free food.
Well, Gideon, you will be very unhappy to see one person who is here.
Oh no, who?
You're related to them. It's your cousin Ingrid.
Ah, dang it.
She actually sneaks up on you, and so you hear this like cough from behind you, and you turn around and see Ingrid standing there, a smug look on her face, and she says, "Gideon, I didn't know they were just letting anybody into these things."
Apparently so. I had a ticket.
Did you win it in a radio contest?
No. It was a gift.
So there was a incident at one of our construction sites today.
Yes. You do not know how to build things.
Well, the thing is, I do, and
Then how did it fall apart? Not very well. Lego does better.
I'm just saying that grandfather's not going to be very happy.
Grandfather is never happy.
No, but we do have security tapes that we are reviewing. Do you think we'll find anything interesting on them?
Yeah, I was there. There were some eco-terrorists who were at play. I threw a troll.
You threw a troll.
Yes, it was actually quite fun. If you ever get the chance to throw a troll, I would recommend it.
Well, I might get one. I believe grandfather will be very interested in repaying these eco-terrorists in kind and anybody who helped them.
Yeah, I imagine he would want to. He just wants everything.
Tell me, did you recognize any of the people? There were we didn't see the Fae, but there was also a wizard with them.
You said Tilda. You didn't mean Tilda, did you?
No, sorry, Gideon. Yeah, Gideon.
Okay.
Sorry, can you repeat that then?
Gideon says, she says, there was a wizard with the Fae as well. Did you recognize them?
Is that why you're here?
No.
There are a lot of wizards here.
There are a lot of wizards here. There are a lot of wizards in this city. I was asking if you recognized the wizard that was tearing down the building.
I wasn't looking closely, and it was nighttime. I was dealing with the trolls. Really, they seemed like the bigger issue since they're the ones who are taking apart your poorly built structure.
Well, I'm sure that we'll pull some interesting things off the security footage, but the family is very disappointed that you were not able to better protect your territory.
Yeah, I have to admit, I care more about some of my territory than others.
Well, I'm sure grandfather will not be happy with that.
No, again, grandfather is never happy, especially when it comes to me. It is just a fact of life that I have grown accustomed to. I will never have the approval. He'll never come to any of my shows. Life is terrible.
With a kind of huff, Ingrid turns around and walks away.
Have fun.
Liam, you are entering. Do you do you greet Isaac Morlock as well?
Oh, I would assume that would be a faux pas. And believe it or not, Liam does try and follow some social regulations, especially when he's on enemy territory. So I assume that it's the correct manners to wait for the wizards to come up to the mortals.
Tilda, as you are, as you come in, you do see your mother looking around.
After we greet Isaac, I'm going to turn to Daisy and be like, you know what we forgot? Dinner. We were so busy getting ready, we forgot dinner. They have amazing buffets here. Exquisite mini quiches. Let's check it out.
Roll escape a situation.
What is that against?
Blood.
Okay, well that's an 11. So it's still 11 minus. Sorry, my screen froze.
11 minus blood. Is that a 10?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
so you get away and you only choose one. If you choose end up in another dangerous situation, I will interpret that lightly and not have it be like too dangerous. If you're interested in that.
I assume also like the harm would be like social harm or like awkward situation, right?
Yes. Yeah, so if you want to pick that, I have something in mind for that if you want.
So I mean, either of those first two, whichever.
Okay. Yes, I
think works better.
Yeah, I think what will happen is I think you will. I think you guys will. Oh, man, well, she suffered some harm. Sorry, guys. Okay, Liam. As you are walking around and observing the situation, a man in a like a formal suit walks up to you and says, "Ah, Liam, I haven't seen you since that business in Everdeen."
I think it was Aberdeen.
Indeed. And he like kind of like brushes against you slightly and like he hands off your weapons to you.
All right. I very surreptitiously tuck it under my tux that miraculously fits me.
And he says, "We have people in the kitchen. If you need an exit, go through there."
Appreciated.
Okay, and you see Gideon across the room.
All right, I'll walk over to check in on him. Just say, "All right, how you doing? Thanks for coming
Look
out."
at these mini quiches. They're so delicious.
They are quite legendary among the wizard circuit, I have heard. Be careful of the ones with meat in them.
What kind of meat are they?
You never know.
Nah. Well, I could probably tell you. I'm very good at identifying meat.
You know what? I am curious. Please enlighten me.
Okay, I ate one. This one it has bacon in it. Just plain old bacon. Not very exciting. Unfortunately, you got my hopes up. I was hoping for maybe alligator or
Oh no, I didn't mean to mislead you.
dryad.
Gideon, I mean that sometimes sentient creatures meet recycled ends.
Yeah, no, I know that's what you meant. It would have been exciting.
Oh, all right. Liam, being a pescatarian, gets a little uncomfortable, but recovers well. All right.
So,
I appreciate you coming out. So let me know
Yeah.
if you need anything. And as much as you like the quiches, just letting you know if you need to make a fast bail out of here. Kitchen is good. Just say, I'm going to Aberdeen.
Okay, good to know.
Liam, as you finish talking to Gideon, you look around and you see Tobias Richfield, who is that wizard that you stole his wand.
Oh yeah. Didn't I give it to Tilda though, or
I think you held on
did
to
I put it in
it.
a box?
Yeah, he does not see you, but he's like looking around and he has like two mundane guards like sitting next to him.
Okay. Would I have an idea why I'm here? Why my dear beloved smother would send me this way, or?
Oh, your job is to kill Isaac Morlock.
Oh, okay. Well, that would have been nice to know. I would have passed it on to somebody else. But we can always wait for another day. I suppose I'll just keep my eye on Isaac Morlock, see who he hangs out with, who he's talking to, kind of see if there's any beef he has, because as we all know, wizards are happy to betray one another if it lets them move up the social circle. So I'll just be moving around, keeping notes, and seeing what's what.
Okay. Okay. Tilda, as you stand by the buffet, you see Liam in one of the corners, and you see Alvin Knight walk up to him and talk to him briefly.
Oh dear. Okay.
And they exchange several words actually, and you're a little confused, and then he walks away.
Can I get like vibes? Like, do they look?
Ooh,
They know each other.
that's a good question. Why don't you roll figure someone out?
Who am I rolling it on?
Who do you want to roll it on?
Probably Alvin.
Yes, because you get to ask an additional question.
And because I feel like,
You know him better.
and I know him better, but there's less of a chance of him being, like frank with me if I just ask outright.
Well, figure someone out isn't necessarily. Remember we discussed before. You're not necessarily asking him a question. You're making observations.
Right.
So you might not even be interacting with him in this regard.
No, right. But also, like, some of these things, like, if I asked Liam outright.
Can't ask him out. He's taken. Sorry.
So that's a 10.
Okay. On a hit, you ask 2, which is 3 in your case, because they're in your circle.
So, what's your character hoping to get from Liam?
So you watch and you look a little closer, and you actually see them. It's quite masterfully done, but you're observing them quite closely. You notice that Alvin passes something to Liam, who then takes it and tucks it into the back of his tuxedo.
Interesting. Who's pulling Alvin's strings here?
I mean, I think that's fair. It's really obvious that it's your mother, but you think about it and you realize that he would not be doing anything without your mother's permission, and so your mother is involved in this somehow, which surprises you, but you realize that's the only Alvin would not be doing something on his own, so your mother must be involved in this.
Um,
And we can save the other question for later if you want to do that.
I think I do.
Okay. As soon as they separate, you realize that someone is hovering near you.
Okay.
And as you turn around, you see someone that you have not seen in many years. It is your old friend Cecily.
Oh no, not Cecily. Um,
And yeah, and she is just like staring at you.
um, cool. Um, I'm going to be super awkward about this just because, um, like, she basically hasn't been seen, like, stopped coming to things. I probably would have put up more of a fuss if I knew that she was going to be here. Um, and kind of out of shame, I hadn't, like, checked up on her or talked to her for a while. So I basically, like, turn around, like, give her a somewhat manic grin, and I'm just like, "Hi, how's it been?
How's
How's
it
life?
how how's it been?
Uh, I've um opened a yarn shop. Anything new with you?"
I had to get married to a horrible person because my family's fortunes were completely destroyed by the results of our duels.
I'm sorry. Look, I didn't want to duel you, but also, your Red Bros house. Your family's fortunes were destroyed several centuries ago. I don't think you can put that on me.
She looks infuriated. And she's like, I've been waiting many years, but my husband's fortunes are on the rise, which means I now have the resources to pay you back for what you did all those years ago.
Cool. Who's your husband?
He's the host of tonight's gala.
Oh, awesome. Um, on the other hand, um, if you want an out from all the wizarding politics, I have connections. I could find you a place.
She grabs your arm and you feel like she's like holding it like a vice, and she says, "Get out, get out. I've put up with this man for over 20 years now. I had to marry him after our duel because no one else would have me."
Wait, how old are we?
How she's a little older than you, but she got married like quite young,
Okay.
and she says, "Get out. I've spent my life gathering the power that I needed to make you pay for this. I'm not going to get out of it now."
We were both just cogs in the system. Paying me back doesn't get to the root cause. I'm sorry. I never wanted to hurt you. Unfortunately, I also can't leave because I'm responsible for a teenager somewhere around here.
Oh, I know. And she looks over, and you see Daisy talking to a young woman about her age. And you realize that as you look, you can see both the features of both Isaac Morlock and Cecily in her. And she says, "That's Violet, my daughter. From a very young age, I made sure that she, unlike me, was very good at dueling."
Well, way to repeat my mother's sins. She seems charming.
And she just kind of nods, like shakes her head, and she says, "Watch your back, Tilda." And she walks away.
I'm going to like move closer to Daisy.
As you go to do that, a waitress walks up with a tray of glasses, and she says, "Champagne, miss?" And then she like angles her body so that you see the Raven insignia pin on her lapel.
Um, Champagne's not to my fancy. Do you have something else?
I might back in the kitchen. Would you like to come and look?
Yes. Are either Liam or Gideon anywhere near me?
As you look around, you do see Gideon. You don't see Liam.
Okay. Can I like arrange it so like we walk past Gideon on our way?
Yes, you may.
Okay. As we do, I'm going to like grab him and be like, the person Daisy's talking to, I think means to duel her. I need to take care of something. If you can keep her safe, I'll owe you again.
So stop the duel, delay the duel, win
Ideally,
the duel.
ideally stop. Like, just don't let it happen. If not, winning's good.
Okay, cool. How good is Daisy?
Uh,
Could she win?
Daisy has immense natural talent. Daisy has way less training than anyone else.
Got it.
Okay. As Tilda heads back and Gideon, you head over to Daisy.
Yeah, I don't go like right up to Daisy,
But
you know, I admire.
you're in the Liam. Isaac Warlock comes up to you, or Morlock. You're muted.
I raise my champagne glass and say, Morlock, quite the show you're putting on.
Why, thank you. I don't remember sending you an invitation.
No, you send it out to one of us. It doesn't matter who shows up. We're all interchangeable.
Yes, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
You, however, are very special, and I have some questions I need to ask you.
Great.
But not in this setting. Let's go back to my office.
I think you're a little bit busy hosting. Can't this wait?
I'm afraid it can't.
All right. Finish my champagne, grab another one.
Okay, Gideon, you see Liam and Isaac Morlock heading back in the same direction that Tilda and was going.
Does Liam make any sort of gestures? Is there anything for him to want me to follow him?
Do I see
It's pretty
Gideon?
vague.
You do see Gideon, yes.
Okay. Does Gideon make any gesture toward me, like, hey, what's going on?
I do the eyes on Daisy and Violet.
All right. I give him a subtle thumbs up. He's got his own game.
Okay.
Gideon, as you as that happens, you overhear like slightly raised voices, and or not raised voices, but you hear like the silence around as you look back and you see that like a group of like teenagers about their age have started gathering around Daisy and Violet.
Can I bring them drinks?
You can, yes.
Okay.
A waiter is walking by with a tray right now.
Okay. I lead the waiter over to the group of teens and like, Drinks for everyone.
Okay. Why don't you roll a mislead, distract, or trick?
Okay. And that is again with mind.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Okay, that was that's a 13.
A 13.
That's
Wow.
a 13. Oh man.
Gideon is
you're
so good.
real good tonight.
I think as you watch, I think like you see Violet like deflate slightly as she like realizes that without the audience, like her plan won't work.
Mhm.
And so I think and Daisy kind of looks at you and just kind of mouths, say like, "Thank you."
I wink at her. And then I try, now that I'm the center of attention, I try and show off somehow. I declaim a love poem to Daisy.
Amazing.
This
she is
Gideon
like
on his feet. It's
she is
very
like
good.
she is like equal parts like embarrassed and impressed.
Yeah. Excellent.
Tilda, you are led through some hallways, and you come to a large wooden door, and the waitress like pulls out some like lock picks and like effortlessly like opens the door, and inside you see a like wood paneled study essentially, and there is a large desk in the center with bookshelves and things like that. You see rare artifacts, and you sense like wards on different places, and the waitress who's introduced herself as Paige walks you over to the desk, and she points to one of the drawers, the third one on the bottom, and says, "He keeps them there, but it's warded. Ruby said you could take care of it."
I definitely can. Hopefully I can do it in the easiest way possible. I'm going to pull out my artifact, which is because this was like I inherited the shop in addition to the sanctum from the witch.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a crochet hook, but I use it to essentially like unravel the wards like one would something crocheted.
Okay, go ahead and roll Keep Your Cool with advantage.
Okay. Keep Your Cool is with
Spirit.
amazing. I like rolling spirit. Okay, so that's 12.
Excellent. So all is well. So yeah, I think like you kind of like use the hook to like, and it's almost like these like glowing runes kind of start pulling out of it, and as they start pulling them out, they like start like unraveling into the air around you, and it takes a little while, but and it's a very delicate thing, but it is almost like knitting a little bit. And so as you do that, the last one kind of pops. There's a little pop, and Paige like opens it up, and she reaches inside and she pulls out these two ancient looking tomes with like cracked leather, and like embossed spine. As
Do I
you
glimpse of like what they're called?
Ooh, yes, you do. I do not have a name for them, but I will give you information about that later.
Okay.
As you do that, you hear the doorknob of the study door turning, and Paige pushes you over. There's like a large window, and there's like floor to ceiling curtains, and she pushes you behind one of those.
Okay, I would also like to channel and veil.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your channeling move.
I appreciate the behind the curtains a classic, but this seems
Okay, that's fine. And Paige will go behind it. Or I mean, I think she pushes you behind, and you can veil anyway. In any case.
yeah, just a little extra security. Okay, that was a 10.
Okay. Liam, you are led into the study by Isaac.
Okay, can I do a little check to see if I detect any snaring wards or anything before I step across the threshold?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's a 2.
So I think that he is going to say, "Listen, Liam, I need to call in that favor that you owe me."
I figured.
So there was a hedge witch last night. She escaped from a ascendancy site, and I happen to know that you know where she is.
I happen to know what you were planning to do with her.
And
And I think we're going to run into a little bit of problem if this favor is going the way I think it is.
listen, I only gave you some information. I wouldn't ask you to kill her. I just need you to tell me where she is right now.
Right now?
Yes.
I give you the honest answer right now?
If you give me the honest answer,
I don't
Then-
fucking know. I'm not a mind reader. I don't have an air tag on her.
you would have a way of contacting her, yes?
Well, I'm sure you would as well. I mean, you're the one who set her up to take the sacrifice. I don't see the problem here. Give her a call, see if she answers.
She's not taking my calls right
I
now.
wonder why.
She would take your call, though, yes?
Sounds like you burned that bridge.
Liam, I'm
Isaac,
calling in the favor.
hold on,
if
let
you-
me see what it cost me to say no.
So this is circle and debt moves. You can refuse to honor a debt. When you refuse to honor a debt, roll with the difference in status between you and your creditor. On a hit, you weasel out of the debt obligation for now, but you still owe the debt. On a 7 to 9, you owe them an additional debt or mark corruption, your choice. On a miss, you can't avoid the hammer. Either honor the debt in full or erase all the debts owed to you by their circle and take a -1 ongoing to the status with their circle until time passes.
What does that mean?
So basically, that makes it harder for you to roll moves involving power. Also, erase all debts owed to you by their circle means if there are any wizards that owe you debts or that they owe you debts, those get canceled.
Okay, and what am I rolling with?
You are rolling with the difference in status between you and your creditor. So you are a status 1, he is a status 2.
Yeah, okay, this isn't gonna go well. Alright, that's a 7.
Okay, on a 7 to 9, you owe them an additional debt or mark corruption, your choice.
I'll mark a corruption.
Okay. And so he says, are you going to give her a call?
Are you going to stop being a dick?
So that's the way it is then.
Hey, I'm not the one who sacrifices people. This seems like this is your problem and you need to get some help for it.
Well, I guess we're done for now then, but you still
Cheers. Great, and I finish my champagne and I walk out.
I do want to point out you do have a job to do. Are you
Yeah, I can't kill him if I owe him a debt though, right?
No, you totally can.
Oh,
That is
okay.
that is a totally legit way of getting rid of the debt.
Oh yeah, he's a 1 and he's a 2. Well, no, I'm gonna try and see if I can get some backup before I attack him, seeing as how I'm only half dead right now instead of mostly dead.
Okay. Tilda, what are you doing?
Listening to this, I mean, I Liam seems to have it somewhat under control. Like, if it were to become an actual fight here, I would get involved. But until that point, not escalating.
Okay.
What happened to the waitress that was?
She was hiding.
So she's also hiding in the room. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Liam, what are you doing?
Do I know Isaac Morlock enough to figure out a way to trick him or whatnot?
Into what?
Into following me into a bad location where, you know, he could get a werewolf paw to the cranium or...
So
No.
I will say. So I will say we can kind of go back a little bit. One of the reasons your mother got you the invite to this is that Morlock has been very hard to reach of late.
Oh.
So he's been more security conscious of late.
Oh.
So this. So I will say that this might be your like one chance, your one shot at him in a situation that's not in a crowded room.
Oh, I totally forgot I was supposed to kill him too. So
Yes.
no, that's my B.
So do we want to like back a little bit and?
Yeah, I totally forgot I'm supposed to. I thought I couldn't even kill it. Cause that whole debt thing going on. All right. Can
So while you think about that, Gideon, as you watch, Daisy and Violet has kind of wandered off, and Daisy is proving very popular with the people that you gave drinks to. But as you watch, you see Tobias and two of the security guys heading down that same hallway that Liam and Tilda went down, and you see him like moving like quite rapidly.
Okay, I grab myself a drink and I move to stealthily follow.
Okay.
Now that Daisy's fine.
Yes. Liam, what are you doing?
Okay, so we're still in the study, right?
Yes. So you're sitting in the study. We'll go back to like he says like. So are you going to make the call?
How would I just go, sure, and I reach into my tux as if I'm gonna get a cell phone, right?
Yes.
And I'm gonna just turn to violence, right?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm just gonna shoot him. Actually, no, I'm gonna spear him. That's quieter. I'm just gonna go like poop with my little collapsible spear right into his little throat.
Okay. Yeah. When you turn to violence, roll with blood.
Okay. That's a 9 plus 1, so that's a 10.
Oh wow. Okay. On a hit, you inflict harm as established, and your opposition chooses 1. On a 10 plus, you also choose 1. So I think they put you in a bad spot in the sense that I think he's going to. You're going to hit him. He manages to dodge just enough that it's not like an insta kill. And then I think he's going to like use some magic and like throw your spear across the room, and it's going to like stick into the. It'll actually go flying right past Tilda and stick into like the wall.
I would like to lend a hand.
Ooh, okay. What do you want to do?
I have a snub-nosed revolver in my. I'm gonna shoot him.
I don't think you even need to roll for that because that's just. But Liam, you do get to pick one. You can choose inflict terrible harm. You could take something, or do you want to create an opportunity for an ally? Do you want to have that be the?
Do I have to roll again for deadly?
No.
Okay. Can I do deadly in addition to inflict terrible harm?
Let me double check that really quick. Read me deadly again really quick.
Oh, let me get it. Hold on. Oh, it's the hunter move. I have like 10,000 tabs up right now. Hold on. You inflict harm +1 harm. You cannot choose to reduce this harm.
Oh yeah, that you're just always doing that.
Oh. Oh, okay. Well then let's just create an opportunity then, eh?
Okay. So Tilda, you are going to shoot him in the back with your Snubbles revolver.
Yeah, like I said, I was not going to escalate on my own, but I like Liam. I like Rupa. I hate this guy. Like, as soon as it gets to that point, yes.
Amazing. As soon as the so Liam, Tilda suddenly appears and shoots Isaac Morlock in the back.
Oh, is he dead or is he okay?
He is dead.
All right. Well, did anybody else hear the shot?
Gideon, you are following Tobias and two mundane security guards when you suddenly hear a shot ring out ahead, and they like start running towards the door.
There's also, I don't know if Liam can see her, but the server girl is Ruby person is still in here.
Paige, yes. Gideon, what do you do? You're muted.
Are we in a hallway? Like, are we visible to like?
No,
the rest of
you
the
no,
party?
you've gone like out away from the party.
Okay, great. I am going to wolf out and try and take him out, I think.
Okay. Yeah. So, you roll for your transformation move, right? Or
Earlier, I think I have to do it again. Right?
okay, yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, that's a 7, so not as good, but still decent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just corruption. Okay.
Do you not have a transformation? Yeah. Or okay, yeah. So you're massive. You gain +1 armor, +1 harm. You're versatile. Oh, you get a +1 ongoing to let it out.
Yeah.
And you fight like a small group against groups.
Yep. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. So why don't you go ahead and roll turn to violence?
Okay. This is what I should be good at. Blood. Okay, 6 and a 4 and a 1. That's 11.
Oh, nice.
So with an 11.
So you want to inflict terrible harm?
Yeah, I just want to knock him out. Like, I want to go whoosh and have them, like, hit the wall and fall down.
I will say you can do that to the two security guards.
Okay.
What I will say is with Tobias,
Mm-hmm.
I think you knock him down, but I'm gonna choose he puts you in a bad spot.
Okay.
Because he sees you and he obviously knows who you are.
Yeah.
And so you are now standing over him. He is like stunned, but he's still like awake and sees you. So he is a witness to this.
He is a witness, and now we have to end it. Unless Tilda knows some magic on erasing memories. I don't know. It sounds like something. So then I drag him.
Yeah, erasing a memory is a spell, and she does not have that, I believe. So.
Well, I'm gonna drag him into the room that I heard the gunshot.
Okay. You come in and you see Isaac Morlock dead, and Tilda and Liam standing over the dead body.
Tilda, can you erase this guy's memory?
I mean, if you give me about a half hour of research time in my sanctum, yes.
Liam, do we have that sort of time?
No, how about we just punch him really hard?
Okay, I'll let you do it. I've been punching and that's fun. Have you got?
So
this guy hasn't been punched.
So the decision. So basically, the choice here is: do you guys want to leave a witness or not?
No, I'm gonna punch him fatally.
Okay.
I let Liam punch him fatally.
Okay. Tilda, what do you say?
Can I be searching the bodies to make sure they don't have any magical artifacts on them that or something like reanimation or whatnot?
Yes.
Okay, just let's just loot the corpses. Good hunter practice.
Okay. I will give you something later for that.
I'm going to say, well, Gallus have certainly gotten more interesting since I was 15. And I'm going to look over at, I've once again forgotten her name.
Paige. Paige has not moved. She is still hiding behind the curtain.
And I'm just going to look at her and be like, is this going to be a problem for either you or Ruby?
And Paige kind of sighs and like walks out. And she's like very like trying to like be like she's holding like cradling the totem her, and she's holding up her other hand to like sure she doesn't have anything. And she says, "Nope, this will not be a problem."
Great.
She says, Ruby's worked with all of you before. You know we can keep a secret."
Well, then you have what you came for. Pleasure doing business with you.
I'm gonna ask Tilda. She wasn't related to either of them, was she? Because that's kind of poor form. So.
No, definitely.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
I make sure I don't have any blood on my suit.
Yeah, I think you guys are good. Liam, I would be interested in you rolling you have a hunter move that involves escape a situation, yes?
Yeah, I do.
Do you want to go ahead and roll that now?
Are we in dire straits?
Well, you are standing over the body of one of the most powerful wizards in the city.
No, that doesn't
So
happen. Okay, that is
Established that everyone pales in regard to Oberon. He just wishes he were the most powerful wizard in the city.
okay. I'm rolling with blood. Not object. Oh, thank God. Oh, that's a 7.
okay,
Well, it's not an 8.
okay. What's read the 8?
Oh, it's not going to go great. So this way, when you leave people out of danger, roll with blood. 10 plus, you all get away safely. On a 7 to 9, you get hurt, or one of them gets hurt. Your choice. On a miss, everyone's safe, but you. You're left behind, and the way out is closed to you.
Okay, so what I'm going to say is, I think, don't you have to like pick like who you care the most about or something, or?
I just choose who gets hurt.
So yeah, so I'm. It's not going to be physical hurt. It's going to be something else. So pick Tilda or Gideon.
Sorry, Tilda. It's more interesting if it's you.
I mean, that's fair. Hilda, though, would also.
It's not personal. It's just your circle.
I would definitely veil, though, before we leave the room.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
Okay.
Okay. Well, yeah, you guys head. Do you guys head back out into the party?
No, I say, hey guys, just say Aberdeen in the kitchen. We gotta go, and I'm gonna grab my spear. And I'm gonna close the door behind and be like,
Does Tilda want to leave Daisy behind, or?
No, I'm definitely going back out to the party.
Okay, so we will end this session with Tilda going back out to the party where she sees Daisy and her mother talking.
Right.
And
do
Tilda,
I get anything from the bodies?
yes, I will get that to you later.
Okay, cool.
Gideon, are you heading with Liam out the back?
Yep. I've done what I've come here for.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna give you a high five and say thanks. Drinks are on me.
Excellent. We're going out drinking?
It's like, yep, I have a whole deposit just named taking Gideon drinking.
So Tilda, do you go over to Daisy and your mother?
Yeah, so I bailed walking out of the room and I wait till I kind of get close, and then unveil, like, so they can both then sort of like see me out of the corner of their eye. I'm not sneaking up on them, and go approach and be like, I didn't think you were taking an interest in Daisy.
And your mother like pulls like Daisy into like a little side hug and says, "Dear, of course. How could I not? That's such a unique brooch you're wearing, my dear."
And that is such a completely standard outfit you're wearing.
Why, thank you.
Also, the refusing to train her, refusing to house her, dumping her off on me. I don't know. Those are just the silly things that gave me the idea that you were avoiding Daisy.
She like clutches her like just says, "Dumping her off? Are you saying that staying with you is not of a benefit to this young girl?"
I am not saying that. I am saying that while you have a nice large manor, I have an apartment over a shop, and just logistically,
Well, dear, you are always welcome to come home to the manor.
I loudly laugh at her.
And she says, "Well, dear, I hope that you enjoyed the gala. We haven't seen you here in one in quite some time."
Yes, it has been a while since you could blackmail me into one of these.
Dear, blackmail. We would never.
I basically just like raise my glass and toast at her.
Okay. And that is where we will end tonight. Unless I think that's good. I think that's probably a good place to end. And we will do a time passes after this session. So we are ending the session now. This has been Urban Shadows London session 4.